What if you could automate meetings, emails, and reports before you ever opened your laptop? The thing is, finance automation isn't just about finance data workflows. It's also about the day-to-day tasks that we all have to manage. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can automate your job with just a phone or a tablet before you ever get near a laptop. If it sounds too good to be true, it's not. I'm going to show you how right now. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Mike. I'm a senior finance leader, and over the last decade, I've worked in finance everywhere from brand new startups all the way to the Fortune 100. And over that time, I have certainly gotten my share of emails and sat through my share of meetings, just like we all have. The thing is, over the last few years, I've realized that a lot of that time could be automated because my automation didn't just have to stop at data cleaning and dashboards. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 techniques that I use to automate my work straight from my phone. What this means, it means that when I walk in the office for the day, 80% of my setup is already done. I can just dive into the work that actually matters. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. I'm going to send you a copy every single Wednesday with tips, tricks, and hacks just like this. Also, when you sign up, I'll send you a free copy of my guide to 15 5-minute finance automations that you can put into place today. So you're not going to see me clicking away on my computer like usual. We're going to do every single thing on the phone. So let's start off with going through email filters. Now, email filters, you might be like, that's not really finance work. But honestly, where do we spend so much time? Managing our email. It is our work. Just because it's not numbers, it is our work. So what I want to do is set up some filters. So you see, I left 2 things here. This is for my business email, not really finance, but I get these emails. They're called DMARC. If you care about DMARC, it's a security feature in email, and they send me reports about any people who are being blocked, anyone trying to spam my domain, things like that. And I don't need to see these every day. I can kind of file these away. I don't need to look at them. And I already have a filter on it, but my filter isn't catching it. I think the filter was a little too specific, so I want to look for something else. And what I'm seeing is that these emails consistently have report domain in the subject. So I want to go ahead and adjust that. So I go to my settings, I go to see all settings, filters and blocked addresses. So you'll see I did DMARC aggregate report, but that wasn't quite good enough. What I need to do instead is I'm going to edit this. Instead of has the words DMARC aggregate report, I'm going to say has the words report domain. We'll hit enter because that's always going to be in there. All right, and now it's flagging that yes, these do need to go away, and it's going to filter it. So you can do this for anything. If you get budget approvals, you can send them to a budget approval folder. If you get commentary or variance analysis explanations from the business, you can send them to a folder. Things that you get repeatedly, regularly, have them filed into one spot where they're already there. Keep your inbox clear for the stuff that really matters. Have any questions so far? Go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I read and respond to every single one, and I'm more than happy to help. So next up, I want to take you to a tool called Tablo AI. This tool is going to help us transcribe meetings we're having, phone calls we're having, voice notes that we want to leave it. It's going to transcribe everything, and it's going to structure it into clean notes with action items and everything else. Now, I want to mention that Tablo AI has very kindly agreed to sponsor this video. We're very glad to have them, and this is a really great product that I highly encourage you to check out. So we're in Tablo AI. We're going to go ahead and hit the record button. Now, when I hit the record button, it's going to come up. It's going to say, I want this in English. Yes. Do I want it translated? That's right. This can translate to different languages. Super cool. And then we can choose a template. So there's great templates. We have meeting notes, client calls, interviews, voice memos, lecture notes, or anything else. So you can use these if you're on a call and just kind of listening into the call. You can use it if you want to just send it a voice memo. You can also just send a voice memo straight to it instead of recording. And this does real-time transcription, and then AI is going to go through and it's going to pull this all together in a really cool structured fashion that you can then search across these notes. You can find to-dos that the AI will create. So many cool things. So there's 2 ways you can really use this. You can kind of, put it on the table or put it into listen mode on a phone call if you're working with someone, or you can just dictate notes directly into it. So I'll just kind of pop my notes into here, add any additional context that I might have been missing from my notes, and then I get a really clear list of to-dos and other things that we want to do in here. So for this case, I've been doing a lot of client calls calls for my finance automation lab. It's a community where we all share best practices and do live group coaching to develop automations, to roll out automations. It's super cool. It's a project I've been working on, and I've been getting feedback to make sure that this is really helping people and that the coaching especially is meeting their need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transcribe my notes into this. We're going to call this a client call, and we'll go ahead and get started. So today it's August 29th. I met with one of my beta users today to talk about his experience in the coaching groups. I wanted to really understand if the coaching groups were working for him and just overall what his experience had been with this project. So one of the biggest things that he told me is that the coaching groups are really valuable, but he doesn't always remember to stay on top of them. So I noticed that we don't really have notifications set up. So one thing I want to make sure I do is I want to make sure I turn on notifications so that if people are actively in a group coaching, that I make sure that they're getting notifications. I'm also going to send a note out. I really want to encourage people to have their notifications on for their coaching so they can stay on top of it. I also think there's a great opportunity, since we've got these really cool AI tools built into Circle, that I can prompt people if they haven't engaged in a group in, I'll find the right time, 5, 6, 7 days to engage. Because he said it's very valuable. The conversations are great. He's getting stuff done. He just doesn't remember to stay actively engaged in the coaching. I asked about the benefit of group coaching, if he's really getting the value just from me or if he's getting the value from having all of these other experts working in finance there. The experts were great, but again, the engagement on that's a little bit low. So I want to find a way, and I need to think about this more, I want to find a way to get that engagement up so that other people are also communicating. It's not just me, and we can bring different perspectives in. Okay, so it's gotten all that done. I'm going to go ahead and stop it before it takes in what I'm saying right now. And here's what it's giving us back. So it's got user engagement and notifications. It's got the value of coaching groups and expert inputs. So let's see. So the AI assistant has put this into structured notes. So this is kind of all the different notes that I gave it. It's got the full transcript here of everything that happened in the conversation. Imagine this for having an interview with someone, like when I do YouTube videos and I'm talking to someone else, you have it all down here. Wow, that's just so cool. And then I noticed it didn't give me to-dos. Let's go ahead and do that. Can you write out my action items? All right, we'll ask the AI to give us our action items, and here's what we need to do. I need to implement notifications. I need to utilize AI prompts. I need to boost participant engagement. And all of this, again, if I come back to the home screen, so all of this is saved and structured here. I can search, let's say, beta user, because I'd probably be talking about a beta user in everything I do. We'll do beta user. And here's every mention of beta user across my notes. Just super cool to have that information available. Again, have this listen in on the calls. Make sure, of course, to tell people that you're recording and transcribing. Make sure they're okay with it. I want to be very clear about that. But very cool. I also want to mention from a security standpoint, this is privacy first. Your notes, transcriptions, your audio data is not stored on the server. It's only stored on your phone. The AI tool is getting the modeling from the server, but it's processing everything on your phone, so it's safe and secure. A really cool tool to automate your meetings, automate your conversations, and stop having to scratch down notes on a bunch of different sheets and pull them together at the end of the day. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post new videos like this every single week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. All right, and our third tool is going to be Power BI. Now, I'm looking at Power BI, but note that Tablo has a desktop app, Looker Studio has a desktop app, everyone has a desktop app you can use. I'm just using Power BI because that's where I've got the F9 Finance coffee shop financials. So let's go ahead. This looks a little bit better in landscape mode. So this is our dashboard. What's really powerful about this is you don't have to sit around and be on a laptop to check your financial reports. I can do anything in this report that I could do on a computer, except of course kind of the core development. If I want to look at March financials, there they are. If I want to drill down to a single store, there it is. So when you're waiting, when you're in those 5 minutes between meetings, when you want to kind of get some work done and check in on things, you can have all of your reports available here. Every single report is available that you've published. I've got it all right here. So I can go right here, I can see everything. I can go to my report. There's my coffee shop report. I can see my semantic model, get information on when it was last refreshed. I can even hit the refresh button from the app. So if I want to get fresh data pulled into my dashboard and I have live connections, I can hit the refresh now button. How cool is that? And here's the really cool thing. If you're not the only one working on this, if you want to send messages to your team, so let's say I want to annotate this and leave notes, because I can then kind of annotate this. I can screenshot it. I can email it to somebody if I have any questions. I can be like that. I can say, I can tap that text. This looks wrong. It doesn't. I'm just doing this as an example. So we can say I circle that. This looks wrong. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And then if you want it to be saved in the dashboard so someone can see it, I can go ahead and I can leave a comment. And I can be like, take a look at OI. It seems off. And I can go ahead and leave the comment, and then anyone on my team who has access to this dashboard, they can go into the dashboard, they can see all my comments, and it's a completely interactive and live way to work with your dashboards without sitting at a laptop, right from your phone or from your tablet. How cool is that? If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out my videos on ChatGPT and how you can use it to automate your work. I didn't go into AI tools in this video because there's so many other topics I wanted to cover, but you need to know that AI tools are out there, especially with newer models coming on the scene. So I'm going to post a link to that video right here so you can learn how to use ChatGPT for free to automate your work. I'll catch you over there. This is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.